5 o'clock. Look how dark it is.
Yeah, I know, right? It's middle of the winter here in the UK. We're in the woods, it's 5 o'clock and it is pitch dark. And that makes riding pretty difficult unless you're gonna go night riding.
Especially if you work a full-time job and you still want to get out and get your fix of mountain biking. Night riding really is the only way to do that.
And if you've been riding the same trails all year long, it makes those boring trails brilliant.
It really does. But what you do need to do is do it safely. So if you are heading out night riding, make sure you tell someone where you're going and the time you expect to get back.
As Rob says, you've got to keep it safe, and that also means having the right kit. So thanks to Exposure for sponsoring this video. We're going to talk about lights later on.
Let's go hit the trails. The gun!
Oh yeah! I tell you what, it's good having someone to follow, Rob. Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Oh my God! Someone needs some air in their tyres. Oh, he's off. Oh, you cannot see the back side of any of those bumps. Woo! Oh, there he goes, popping. Yow! Oh, it's the end of the trail already. Oh boy.
Mainly just kept forgetting that every time I put my front wheel in the air, I can't see where I'm going.
Yeah.
Winter can be a real drag, and obviously the best way to get around feeling down at that time of the year is to get on your bike.
Yeah, totally. You get to the end of the week and you think, oh, you know what, it hasn't been that bad. I've got out on the bike, I've had a bit of fun, and now it's the weekend, and hey, maybe there's some other opportunities, but it hasn't wasted the whole week where you just sat around watching Bake Off or whatever, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It does give you that sort of mid-week fix, which I think so many of us start to miss. Darkness descends and we're, sat inside just watching the clock pass by till we can next get back out on our bike.
What if you're not into going out on your own then?
Ring your mates. There's nothing more fun and hilarious, probably more hilarious than anything else, than going out with your mates.
Yeah.
It's absolute carnage.
We've had, we've done one trail so far and we have been whooping and hollering all the way down. It has been hilarious. With these, you sort of go up over these little humps and you can't see the backside of it at all because it's in a shadow.
Exactly.
Or you go around a corner and who knows what's there other than Andy with his flashes flashing in your faces. It's camera flashes, obviously.
Yes, yes.
But it is loads of fun.
Exactly, and that's probably why it's even more important to ride with friends, because when you're by yourself and you hear those noises, you see?
Like that.
People coming down, terrifying.
Really scary.
Yeah.
Down in the car park, there's like a family of foxes, and I popped down there to sort of put my tyres up. And you just see these lights in the darkness,
exactly.
Like ghouls.
And now there's a family of ghosts about to come down the trail. Obviously, it's not all about just getting your adrenaline fix for the week, is it, Tom?
Nah, not at all. It's actually a great way to sharpen your skills. You spent all summer developing them, picking lines and working out how to go over rock rollers and hit some jumps and all that sort of stuff. But how do you do that when you can't see half of it? You've got to really trust your skills, put all of those lessons you put in, feel what the bike's doing, and let go of the brakes and just hang on and hope. Maybe not hope. But it is a great way to sort of make sure that you're sort of keeping on top of things.
Exactly, just basically honing the real sort of fundamental things that you've learned, like you said, and practice throughout the summer. You just get to stay on top of that stuff and stay sharp, right?
It's a proper assault on your senses, because all you've got is this little pool of light that's following you around, or you're following it around, I guess. And you don't have all those other visual clues that tend to be going on. All your peripheral tend to be out of there. So it's a very focused way of riding, and definitely sort of makes you think, oh my God, what's going on here?
And don't forget, if you've been riding the same spot over and over again, that same local trail, and you're bored of it, get out there in the dark, because it changes everything.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you've got to take that into account when you're riding, because those more technical trails that you've been hitting in the summer suddenly have a whole other life of being super technical, and actually at times maybe unrideable. And it makes those blue trails or the green graded ones, whatever is sort of like your easier grade of trail, makes them super fun.
Yeah, and add a bit of rain into the mix.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it is screaming, hollering, wet pants for multiple reasons. And yeah, what could be boring or could be samey old stuff just gets a whole nother twist.
I tell you what, rain when you're night riding makes it really difficult, because especially with your helmet light, it just lights up all of the raindrops in front of your face. so hard. Add in snow if you're lucky. A snowy night ride is a thing of absolute beauty, but again, terrifying. As a cautionary tale though, do go easy, because when you're hitting those more technical trails that in the summer were pretty easy, they will be a lot harder, so just be careful, take your time, don't be a hero, and just enjoy it rather than go full send.
Of course, and watch out for ghosts.
Stop flashing, Andy. Put it away.
Are you ready?
All right.
Okay.
Go on then, Rob. Let's see how far I can get in. Oh my God. Straight in. No rest. It's just... Oh! Oh, Robert! I can't see what's coming up at all. Oh my God. Note to self. Do not try and follow Rob down anything. I'm coming! Ah! Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, there's no way I can keep up with Rob down there. Oh dear, I'm done. Oh my days.
One in the bush.
Man, you're fast down there. Hit all the
I
lines.
went in that hole.
Yoink.
Yeah, it stinks. It stinks. Oh, how good was that?
Great, amazing.
Exactly. For masochists like us who like to try and stay fit, that is another reason why night riding is so good. Okay, there's a bit of an outlay when you have to buy the lights, which I get, but I would rather spend the money on the lights than a gym membership or having to train in an indoor trainer.
Yeah.
I don't even have the space to train indoors, so I'd still be outdoors anyway.
On the patio in the rain on your Zwift machine.
Exactly, and I'm sure my wife would tell me to shut up and making too much noise. I couldn't have a laptop out there anyway because it's wet. So for me, it just makes total sense.
It's perhaps not the most efficient way of keeping fit, because obviously those indoor trainers have like loads of benefits in terms of like plans and do this and do that, but that's not really the mountain biker's way. Like, this is fun.
It's so much fun. And I guess if you did want to be a bit more strict with it, you probably could.
Yeah.
So there is that option to go down as well.
Well, like we've said, like when you're night riding, you don't want to be hitting the most technical trails, and actually those more mellow trails are a great place to get some training in. You know, they all say winter miles for summer smiles, horrible cliche term, but it is true, and getting those winter miles in is difficult if you're not able to go out at night.
Exactly, and just being outdoors, for me, is a massive plus.
Yeah.
As much as, you know, I'd love to go to the gym and stay fit and do it that way as well. It's more time, and it's more time indoors.
So if you take your gym membership at what, 30 to 50 quid a month easily,
Yep.
you can go higher than that if you really have to. Over 6 months, that's 300 quid. Over a year, that's 600 quid. It's quite a lot of cash, and you could definitely get yourself a setup. And then if you think this is going to last for years, it's a bit of an investment, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess an indoor trainer is probably going to be more pricey than a set of lights in the first place, and then you've got the additional membership to whatever platform you want to use if you want to go down that route.
Yeah.
So overall, for a year, it's probably going to add up a bit more.
I have some friends who are like really into their road and gravel riding in the summer, and actually they use night riding in the winter as a way to keep fit as well, because road riding can be really fun, but at night, that's terrifying.
Even scarier than the ghost, which I'm sure we're yet to encounter, but will.
Somewhere around here.
Exactly.
But yeah, so mountain biking is a great way to sort of get those winter miles in, out the way of traffic. All right, Rob, last run of the day.
Here we go.
A classic blue.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's see how it goes.
I'm looking out for the wildlife.
Yeah, it's the creepy little eyes that you spot when you're riding along that are the scary bit.
Yeah.
I'm in this tight little corner, yeah. Oh, a little speed. I really trust, like, that you know what's coming, and okay, it's a blue, so I know there's nothing going to catch me out. Oh, you never know. Ooh. Tell you what, this little climb's a bit easier in the dark when you can't see the top.
I don't know, I feel like I'm on an e-bike with the motor turned off.
Yeah, boy. Got to really turn your head for the corners, haven't you? It's
My God.
It's like when you're learning to drive mirror signal maneuver and you do it like really obvious to the driving instructor. I'm looking at the mirror.
Oh. Woo.
Nicely done, mate.
Done.
Rob, we made it back. What a day out. Well, what a night out.
I know, yeah, and not the traditional night out, right?
Yeah.
No booze, no pubs.
What's going on?
Well, it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Tons of fun.
So hit everything from like some cruisy blues, which just came alive again, all the way through to some more techie stuff that was
Terrifying.
terrifying.
Yes.
All right, so if you want to go night riding though, there are a few things you're going to need to know. And there's some bits of kit that you're probably going to have.
Yeah.
So first off, you're going to need a light on your bars.
And then one on your helmet as well.
Yeah, so the one on the bars is quite obvious, it shines away. Why have you got one on your head?
Because, Tom, as you know, from being an experienced bike rider, when you go around a corner, you normally are already looking where you want to be with your head. And if you're just relying on your bars, you're looking into a black spot.
Yeah.
But if you've got it on your helmet, obviously, wherever
That
your
goes
head
where it
turns,
needs to go.
exactly.
And you'll find sometimes, well, when you come to a step, having a light higher up means there's less of a shadow, so you're more likely to be able to see what's on the edge of that precipice that looks huge, but is actually just a normal bit of trail.
About the size of a curve. Yeah, exactly.
So when you're buying some lights, what do we need to know? Well, the most important thing is, I guess, the lumens, and this is sort of the amount of light that the lights pump out. It's the standard measure, I guess.
I think it's the most recognised one, isn't it? Yeah.
So if you're going to ride some like cruisy blues, not push things too hard, we would definitely recommend at least 1,000 lumens on the bar and 1,000 lumens on the head, ideally.
Yeah.
But if you're going to hit some proper technical mountain bike trails, so trail centre blues and reds into some off-piste stuff, I reckon you want at least 3,000 to 4,000 on the bars, backed up with at least 2,000 to 3,000 on the head, and that'll just ensure that you can ride at a reasonable pace with a fair bit of safety.
Yeah, so with that lofty amount of lumens on your helmet and on your bars, you should be able to navigate some fairly complicated technical trails. There are going to be blind spots, obviously, but it won't be quite as bad as it could be.
Yeah. Now, as we mentioned, you know, lights can cost quite a bit of money, although you only really need to spend a couple of £100 to really get yourself going. Now, we would always recommend that you actually buy from a recognised brand and from authorised dealers, because these are bits of electronics and you do have to be careful with that sort of thing. So maybe don't just try and find the cheapest things you can online. So yeah, go for those recognised brands. We've been super lucky today. Exposure have sponsored this video and they've supplied us with a pair of lights, so one on the head and one on the bars. When you're spending this much money, you do get additional features.
At the top end of the light pricing spectrum, you can expect to get quite a few features. Think along the lines of an integrated battery, a display to tell you how much battery life you've got left, what mode you're in. They're programmable, potentially via an app. There's all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah, I think these ones even get brighter the faster you go, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of tech squeezed into a little aluminium tube bolted to your bars.
Hence the backup and all those things you want to be able to get, like spare parts, and even if something goes wrong, just being able to contact someone to get it done properly, rather than, as much as it might seem a bargain, going online, buying something and something failing, you just feel like false economy in that sense. Right?
Yeah, it can be. But hey, look, night riding is amazing fun. It has made those boring trails brilliant once again. So we've had a thoroughly good time.
Oh, it's so good.
We'd definitely recommend you give it a go.
Absolutely. Yeah, get out and get stuck in.
The other thing we'd recommend is watch this video.